Part 2 of Shkrobius's translation of my две ипостаси, вторая ипостась, the second hypostasis. We must go back and start anew, abovo, to find the little rift in the harmonious lute that was the ending, the predestined failure of our union. What made it so embittered, endangered, embattled, persecuted, star-crossed, tedious, unbearable, and dull? What have engendered my loss, my deprivation, the diminution and reversal of my fortunes? The problem started there, in that cradle. Its crux, its root, its key, its causation. Was the duplicity of nature so unlike his better self? And it was the conceit, smug arrogance, pernicious innuendo, insinuation, parody, desire to lampoon, to mock, to ape, to spoof, to ridicule. That second he was but a bold baboon, pill garlic, toupee-less, and callow alopecic, whose words and deeds were those of a tyrant, a despot, a dictator, a satrap, a hangman, a tormentor, an oppressor, and a persecutor, blighter, pest, and cuss. Who was at that a duff, an imbecile, a dolt, a jerk, a nitwit, a retarded cretin, silly and obnoxious nincompoop, half-witted oaf, and full-blown moron, whom I have dared, ventured, and risked to call just that, to gather in return that is all rot, chaff, stuff, and nonsense, a tripe, a hogwash, hooey, taradiddle, the answer of a braggart, a swashbuckler, a blowhard, and a boastful Rodomont. Such was his image, bearing, mode, demeanor. In spite of this deformity, he was a Don Juan, a lecher, a satyr, a Casanova, an elude-aware master, a seeker of voluptuous pursuits. I like that. That's because unfreedom, meek servitude, captivity and bondage, subordination, all this filth and muck, these loathsome and vain abominations, do serve quite frequently as feminine balsam, a remedy, a cure, an elixir, a febrifuge, a therapeutic bliss, a pill, a self-delusion, a chimera, a substitute, a castle in the air. I'm asking you, how could his better self, the one that was inborn, all natural, innate, so suddenly go nuts, run berserk, run amok, snap, delirate, and in that frenzied state refuse, forswear, abandon and reject my love, infatuation? Just like that, instinctively, unwittingly, without missing a beat, he'd come from nowhere, the felon, the miscreant, the gallows bird, the villain, the rogue ruffian, the thug. It is the fact of life that one triumphant was that humbug, that cad, that scoundrel, cheat, that scaramouche, that boozer, and that wretch, who was a bon vivant nevertheless. Such things occurred, they happened, they betide. Once in a while, infrequently, sometimes, these are not fancies, imagination, or phantasms. It is a question of the up-to-date importance, of relevance, of imminence, of note, of much immediacy, a puzzle left unanswered. There aren't remonstrations or riposts. There's only an echo, a reflection, a recurrence of our cries, hollers, shouts, yowls, and sobs. So all that's left are lies, fibs, untrue, decorous fables, concoctions of deceptions, a flattery, a tawdry, a servile, and obsequious sycophant, a pig-thank, a lisping adulator, limp, cajoler, you can now grin, sneer, smirk. It's time for having laughs. Boy, can he giggle, chuckle, cackle, gag, jest titter, snigger, chortle, and guffaw. We do not need this roundabout talk, the chitter-chatter, prattle, persiflage. The verse is speeding towards its curtailment, both hastily and quickly. It is time for it to die of boredom and exhaustion, to starve, to fail, to fade, to disappear. I was not going to play pranks and silly tricks, to romp, to frolic, to gambol, to rollick, but nobody is taking me to task. I won't be chastised or given a reproof, a censure, a rebuke, a reprimand. All I can do is sit and cry aloud, weep, snivel, howl, blubber, wail, bleat, scream, screech, yelp, and mutter lamentation. That's the end of the second part.